Hello and welcome to my new business model presentation regarding the IKEA conglomerate. Today I'll be going through the development of a new business model canvas, as well as some alterations to that canvas with the employment of a new business concept I have in mind. Towards the end, I'll also provide a bit of time for any feedback or questions anyone might have, as well as I'll provide a copy of the slides for review. Thank you. So the original created business model canvas allowed me for a visual representation to be created of the workings of a conglomerate. I found it absolutely fascinating as a newcomer to the entrepreneurial world how the workings intertwine together and impact one another. The most fascinating thing I found about the canvas I created for IKEA was the value proposition subsector. It in fact could be divided up into two subdivisions, the actual product value being created for the flat pack furniture, as well as the overall experience of going to an IKEA superstore. You have child playground facilities at the start, as well as dining facilities at the end, all adding towards the value proposition put forward. So in outlining the key business problems, I did a SWOT analysis of the entire environment. One of the major standing strengths for IKEA was that it is a global firm. It is across all continents. Although in finding that out, I did realize a weakness is that it is slightly lacking within the Asian market. This does arise, however, for an opportunity to go and fill a need within that market. Then also leading on to a threat of an imposing competing product may realize that IKEA do not have a foothold within that market share, and as such swoop in and steal the revenue. So key business problems and challenges. I did notice with IKEA through my research and development that they do have a low level of customer service, especially apparent in the post-purchase evaluation sector. So building this relationship with the consumer will ultimately aid and add to the value proposition put forward. As previously stated also, there is a lack within the Asian market. This could be due to the geographical location and shipping requirements, as well as a cultural difference between the Western world and the Asian world. So the concept I wish to employ will impact upon three subsectors of the canvas. The proposal that I wish to introduce could be the introduction of a specified team solely held accountable for the follow-up of after post-purchase for the evaluation of how the product actually performs within the consumer's mind. So the customer relationship here will be impacted upon quite largely. Maintaining that customer relationship will also add to the value proposition put forward. If we positively communicate with our consumers, a positive frame of mind will be met with that product. The customer segment facet will also be impacted upon. Currently, the average age for someone shopping in at Iconic is 24 years of age. If we could double that up to 50 and broaden our customer segment, then our channel orientations will also need to be updated. Communicating to a Generation X is different to communicating to a Generation Y. So as previously stated, the new business model canvas created has added portions to the value proposition, the customer relationship, the customer segments, and also our channels. How these all work together. So the value proposition created must be met with a positive consumer relationship. If we approach our consumers in a positive mindset, detailing them with the value proposition in which the product is producing, that it will be held in a higher state of mind within the consumer. Now these customer segments also will be impacted upon, because what is good for Generation X or X consumer is not also good for Y consumer. So these methods of channels of communication will need to be updated. Currently Generation Y communicate much more through an online platform, whereas our older generation seem to stick true to their catalogues and newspaper articles. Obviously, with these two growing, our revenue streams will also grow, so expanding and creating more revenue for the IKEA firm. IKEA currently implement a lean business model which incorporates a business model canvas, the lean resources, agile development and customer development. I'd like to focus on the last two of the lean business model in regards to employing the business model concept I have suggested. An agile development does aid the implementation of a new business concept. If within a certain small amount of time that this business concept does not work, if the follow-up and the feedback loops are not working, people are not communicating the way it does, agile development will ensure that that scheme is pushed out the door and a new scheme put in. So in regards to practicality and feasibility, this scheme is definitely very much able to be employed. Innovation considerations affecting the business model canvas. So as previously stated, creating a positive customer relationship creates a positive value creation. All in all, that's amazing, but as long as we are creating feedback loops or avenues for these consumers to be able to communicate to us what it is that they really love within that product, why would they go back and buy it again, will ultimately lead to a better adapted product, which ultimately leads to more revenue. This lean business model also facilitates pivoting if it does get to the stage where the brand or the firm does need to make a definite shift. In this case, it could be to a business-to-business orientated selling point rather than currently the business-to-consumer. These are all different things that will be worked out as time progresses. In reflecting upon the business models overall, it is about telling the business story, the business canvas. So there are two subsectors within this business story. There's the narrative and also the numbers. Now, if your narrative is not making sense and it does not flow on, your business will not succeed. If your numbers do not add up, your business will not succeed. A good model is also not enough. Making sure that your strategy is in line with what direction your firm is progressing will allow for the expected financial performance to eventuate. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.